Is a little different than video than I usually do. This is, I'm gonna call it pranks in the print shop. When I went to work in the print shop, there was about 71 or 72, and I was probably 23, and most of the young, a lot of the folks there at the print shop were fairly young, a little malarkey, you know. So some of the things we did when we was there, and several of them had to do with cigarettes, which that was popular then, but now it's not. You take a lot of times people just left their cigarette pack laying on a table or somewhere, so you catch them not looking, pull one of their cigarettes out, and get you a paper clip and clip it up where it's just so long. You take that, this is not, obviously not a blue cigarette, but it's a pencil, or screwdriver. Anyway, you slide that little piece of paper clip back in as far as you can, you know, so you can't see. Then you put the cigarette back in their pack and kind of leave it hanging out a little, so that's the one they pick first. They're going to be gabbing away and talking and all that, and never paying attention to it, and they'll light her up and everything, and after a period of a minute or two, try to flick off the ashes. They don't go well, no problem. After a while, the ashes get to be about that long, and I say, what's going on? Then they really get shaken, and then they find out that little piece of wire's in there, and they see somebody did something. That's one of the things. And then another one, you take and hold their cigarette up and roll it carefully, and then the ashes, or not the ashes, the back will start coming out, and you keep pulling, so you get about that much out of it, and then you put it back in the pack carefully so you don't destroy it. And they'll pick that one out of there and they light it. You know, that first paper, that cigarette paper is so thin it just goes off instantly like gasoline almost, and that gives them a stride. It don't hurt them because you don't go pouring it back. But, you know, one time on that paperclip thing, I stuck that in some guy's cigarette and everything, and all was cool. He was holding it there, you know. Next time he flung that thing. What happened was when I put that paper clip in there, it ran too close to the paper, right close to the paper, and that thing got hot and it burnt the inside of his finger a little bit, just enough to startle him. It didn't do permanent damage. That was one of the other things. Let me see, let me look at my notes here, what else we got here. Oh yeah, let's see, that was the two there, and then back then, nothing was like it is now. You know, people weren't offended by all that junk they are now, and I don't think they're offended anyway. I think they want attention is all that. But anyway, I went back behind one of the presses back there, and I had a firecracker with me, and I just lit up a cigarette and laid it on the floor down there, and I laid that wick of that firecracker across that cigarette back just a little way. And then I proceeded to go back on the other side of the building. And after a period of time, bam, that thing goes off, and it pressed me, jumps everybody up, I blew up. And really, it kind of startled everybody. It was kind of a good joke. Everybody got a good laugh about that. And let's see, what else we did we do here in the old days? Well, there was an old man there, and he always kept Alka-Seltzer, one of them glass tubes of Alka-Seltzer, you know, back in the old days in a glass tube. And we'd filter one of them out of there and break it in half. Catch somebody drinking soda, they wasn't looking, you drop that down that soda, it'd boil out like a witch's brew. And the same thing with coffee. They drank coffee, you know, they had coffee there, you know, the ones that drank coffee I didn't care for, so I didn't participate, but they would chip in so much money every week to buy coffee and creamer and sugar and what have you. So you put that on, anyway, put that Alka-Seltzer, you'd be surprised how much that'll boil that coffee right out of there. So that was one of the things. And let me see here. Oh yeah, another little thing. They're very interesting. You take your soda can, well, full of course. It can be open. You know where they drink out of it, right here. You take and poke a little bitty hole right about there. Right about in there. Just where the lip don't catch it. And not a little bitty hole, so it's not noticeable. They take a drink, drills down their chin. What the heck? Guess I didn't have my mouth on it right. Well, anyway, that's another trick that you can do. And it's kind of a fun deal. But you got to make sure that the people ain't going to get mad and sock you, because you know, they wouldn't have fun. What else we got here? Oh, well, we had So, you know, like I said, the girls were just as much into jokes and everything as we were. So sometimes you go in the women's bathroom and put hand lotion, because they kept hand lotion all the time. Smear that around the pot ring, you know, like that, and you can't really see it. They go in and sit down, I guess, went slipping and sliding. Sometimes they'll come out of there and say, well, thanks a lot. You know, you knew they got caught by something, or that wasn't too much. And then we had, our machines usually had a red start and a black, no, red stop and a black start button on. Of course, we had all kinds of ink. That ink is not like it's thick, like Vaseline, for example. So you take a little dab of that and stick it on one of them. If it's black, put it on black ink, red ink on red. And the guy goes to turn the machine on, don't pay no attention. Next time you pick up paper, oh, that red ink all over my paper, what the heck? Then he realized he got it on his thumb, then he realized it came off that button, and he knows somebody did it, you know. So that was another thing, you know, we full of jokes and full of malarkey and everything, so, but, and I think that covered about everything. See, a lot of it had to do with cigarettes back in them days. Oh, the one other thing too, you know, them black, most of the time they're black caps that goes on your valve core or valve stem on your car. You take heat up the end of a paper clip, of course you got your lighter, and get that hot, and you stick that in that paper, in that valve cap, and there at a kind of an angle, there's a small hole. And then the way our water fountain works, it had this little 4-prong deal where the water comes out. That cap would just fit tightly in there. Then the next time a person comes to get a drink, they shoot that thing 6 or 8 feet, that stream of water. Usually it's right in their face. And there's nobody's hurt, you know, it's just not a big projection. But one of the guys there, he said he went to Walmart and he took them with him. He stuck it on the water fountain. Back then they had them, I guess they got them now, I don't know. Stuck it on the water fountain there in the Walmart, and he said back behind the linens back there, kind of browsing around waiting. Here come a lady up there, had faces all painted up, you know how they do, but mascara and rouge and everything else on it. Anyway, she come up there like a high-class lady. She bent down to get her drink, and right in the face that went. He said her face looked like it was a Halloween mask by the time he got done. Got it around, he said he was laughing so hard he had to hold himself to get away from there before he laughed, because he knew she'd figure out who did it, but he got by without it, and it didn't actually hurt, you know, nobody got hurt, and I'm sure she felt embarrassed. But nonetheless, that was just a harmless prank. I don't go for pranks where somebody gets hurt. I absolutely do not. I wouldn't do anything at all where there's a chance of somebody really getting seriously hurt. Now, one of the last final thing, one of the guys we worked with, he was, well, this stuff wasn't back that far back, but well, let me start off with, we had these big rolls of paper, weighed about 300 or 400 pounds. And you had to bring them up to the machine, put them on the spindle, and wind them up and go with that. Well, we had been just pushing them up there, and that's kind of aggravating. So I took a piece of conduit, and I bent it like for the handles here, it comes straight down, and then bend over and back up. So you just hook that roll of paper through the cord, drag it up to your machine, and then you put it on. Well, I was going to get a roll of paper, and one of the guys was standing there talking with the foreman, and this guy was talking to the foreman. He's really jumpy anyway. So I just took that thing and put it down and stuck it up between his legs, and where that head come up like that looking at him. Man, he like to come unglued. He kind of got mad about that, but I mean, he didn't get violently mad. He just said that paybacks are hell and all that, but that was funny. Y'all see him jump around. I pulled that thing back out before he get tripped, but you know, I'd be kind of startled. You look down there, comes something up at you, like a snake. But anyway, this is enough of this, Marty. It's all just pranks and everything. I wish it was like it was back in them days. I mean, you know, nobody got hurt, but nobody got offended, you know. And like one of the ladies there, she was a jokester like all the rest. She'd come over with a cigarette. Hang on, give me your lighter. I said, what's in my pocket? She just reached down in her pocket, get a cigarette lighter out of her pocket, and put it back in for you. And I kind of wondered what would happen if that pocket had a hole in it sometime, you know. And she might be surprised the lighter she'd get a hold of there. But anyway, that's enough of this. It's a little different from what I do, but I thought maybe share some of the goofiness that went on back in our print shop back in them days, back in the good old days. I'm going to say good old days. People say, oh, no, it's better now. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No. Too many people get offended. Too many people on dope. Too many people shooting each other and killing each other and all that kind of crap. So it's not there, no. Anyway, enough of this. There's no sense in me keeping on before I get aggravated here. So y'all take care. Hope you like the little spiel I had going on. So bye for now.